What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Underdog Sports Podcast. I am your host, Nolan Scan, alongside Antonio Fiore, Salestrina. Gentlemen, another week in the books.
Braves are your World Series champions.
Braves are the world's team of destiny.
That happened last night.
It did.
Solar power.
That was one of the most ridiculous home runs I've ever seen.
I'll give myself a pat on the back. I called them going up 3-1. But you said it was better if they were up 3-2.
How funny was it that they were up 3-1, lost a game, and then still went back to Houston and ended up winning it? If they lose game 6, they lose game 7.
I thought so too.
I think that's how they thought going into it.
I thought the game was over as soon as Soler hit that shot, though.
Oh yeah, no, that was one of those where it was like, oh,
because none of those.
God.
There was 6 games, but none of those games were really games.
It was like the Braves looked ready and Houston didn't in game 6.
The biggest moment of the game was bottom of the first and Freed getting out when he put first and second on with no outs. That was easily the biggest part of the game. And he got his ankle stepped on too at first base. In that
Did you see someone tweeted and was like his ankle's made of vibranium? He's literally Captain America.
What a pitching performance by him though. To go 6 innings against that team and not give up a single run. Like, that's exactly what the Braves needed. You couldn't have drawn it up any better.
Yeah, they looked like they did in game 1. They just couldn't. They couldn't hit. They couldn't buy anything out there.
Is Acuna bad?
That's stupid.
No, I know. Just like how though? They lose Acuna. They lose Soroka. They lost someone else.
So
too.
now they're just gonna come back. Well, Marcelo Zuna.
Yep. But yeah,
he's not coming back. Do they just go into next year favored now?
They got to be up there. It's like them, the Dodgers.
So they just get Acuna back. They probably make a.
It's always
signing.
the same cast, but I feel like every time the World Series comes around, there's a team that we don't realize is coming.
It's always like one of those middling teams. It was like the Nationals a couple years ago.
This happened with the Nationals because they were at one point under 500 in the season.
So that means next year it's going to be the team that we expect. It's going to be like the Dodgers,
Not
Giants.
the Dodgers.
Speaking of Giants, Buster Posey.
Yeah, he's going to announce his retirement tomorrow.
That's interesting.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
He's just like classic baseball guy.
That's a great way to put it. He is just a classic baseball guy.
And always has been.
And it's like his reign spanned across so much. Like, you think of the Lincecum years, the Matt Cain years,
So how many World Series did he have? 3?
Three
World Series and a World Series MVP. Or 2. It's probably only 1.
I think he has 1.
A Rookie of the Year. Does he have an MVP? Do you win MVP?
Oh, yeah, he has an MVP. He won an MVP one.
Yeah,
he has a batting title.
Instant Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
He's a first ballot. He's one of the best all-around catchers we've
And this was
ever
his last
seen.
year, too, and he looked fun. He was just a tough out all year. He was phenomenal.
I don't blame him for retiring because
he can't play much better than he did this year.
No, he didn't. He probably wants to go out on a high note and not bum around for his last couple of years.
And let's be honest, those seasons of baseball are grueling and long.
Well, and he catches.
Yeah. So like,
and
he was playing first base for a few years.
He was. Well, because he took that serious injury that one year. And I don't blame him. I would not want to catch for 160 games or 150 games. Like, no,
like
thank
you.
you.
Like, it's like you start in February, you end in September. It's
a grind.
October. Like, what the fuck?
It's a long.
You know what I mean, I would like if this is how you feel you had the best shot this year, which I think the Giants had the best shot this year. They'll probably be back again next year, but with no surprise. But I think he was like, this is the best time to go. So
we'll hear it tomorrow. He's gonna have a press conference and everything.
That's good.
Sad day to be a Giants fan.
It is.
All right, football.
Well, in that sense, it's always a sad day to be a Giants fan.
It is. That was a good segue.
You guys played hard. It's not like it was a blowout.
Yeah, but Kansas City wanted to win that game. Wanted to lose that game so bad. They were trying to.
They really did want to lose that.
So
game.
all right,
what happened?
So all right, we start on Monday
night.
Okay.
I know they're bad, but it's like how? It's like how are they bad now?
Well, with that offense that they have, it's inexcusable.
The Giants just have to do things like when you have an interception thrown right to you, you gotta come up with it. When the other team fumbles, you gotta come up with the ball.
If I gave you on paper a list of the offensive lineup that the Chiefs have, you'd be like, this is the first or second seed.
And then look at who the Giants have. And how is that game within 3 points?
Because it was a primetime game.
It's unbelievable. When is the last time the Chiefs have covered as favorites? Never? And it's the Eagles 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I picked 3 last
I
week.
picked them in that game.
Who do they play?
Who did they play?
Washington,
and they covered.
Still, I don't know.
That's right.
It was what,
I picked them in that game.
I think it was. Whatever.
They're not. They were the top of the league. Now they're just one of those middle teams. Like they're not elite. They really
have the
aren't.
Same record as the Patriots.
That's crazy to think about.
If we said that before the season, like if we did our season, like
and halfway through the year they have the same record,
and someone came up to us and said, yeah, halfway through the year the Chiefs and the Patriots are going to have the same record. Try to guess what the record is.
6-1.
Yeah, we would not say 4-4.
At the same time, with the way the AFC is so far, if they can make it to the playoffs, the AFC just seems so wide open.
It does.
Like if they get to the playoffs, they have full capability.
The bottom teams.
I mean,
but I feel like there's one bottom team or one top team really in the AFC that's a bit separated from everybody.
So it's
the Bills,
win, right?
who have looked at times.
It's theirs to lose.
They should win. Kansas City is fully capable of going on a run if they sneak into the seventh.
Not make the
Super Bowl. I agree. Right now.
Well, yeah.
If it ended right now, obviously we're only in week 8, or week 9.
Who's going into Buffalo and beating them?
Well, not Tennessee anymore.
Nope.
They're
RIP.
That's not happening. That sucks. Really sucks.
That's their whole team.
That's really disappointing.
They went from being a 2nd or 3rd seed to probably like a 5th or a 6th seed instantly. Depending on how they play now this week, they could be going down further.
They signed the carcass of Adrian Peterson. Are you serious?
Didn't we? We just talked about him a month ago. And we were like, is he still in the league? Like, we didn't even know. I love that, though.
He'll be good. He'll be okay.
He won't.
He'll be okay.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
He won't, but it'll be fun.
They're going to feed him.
I don't know if it'll be fun.
I think this is the time that A.J. Brown needs to step up. And Julio. Julio needs to step up, and I haven't seen
And Ryan Tannehill.
Well, yeah.
Well,
that goes along with it.
It's been better the last couple weeks, sort of, but their defense.
I just think, like Julio Jones has been in a weird spot. It's like, has he been hurt? Like, is he, like, I just feel like he's been in and out, and it's like.
That's how he always is.
Are you hurt? Are you not hurt?
No, he loves that.
I mean, maybe now that he knows he has to step up, it'll be better, but they're in trouble.
I'm going to speak very clearly about this. Carson Wentz is the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you.
I know we've discussed Carson Wentz plenty on this podcast.
His trial's over.
Bro, that game blew my mind. Blew it. He threw that last interception.
The decisions he makes
are garbage, bro. Triple coverage down the sideline, 30 yards down the field.
And this is like the 5th time this has happened where he's thrown an interception and you're like,
bro, the Rams game, the first drive, he threw that underhand pitch and it got picked off. Like, he does this every week.
Yeah.
They'd be better off with Phil Rivers right now.
They would.
And that was my argument to you in the beginning of the season. I was like, do you really think that
I said I would rather
better
have
off with Philip Rivers than Carson Wentz this year?
Where we are.
Carson Wentz, I would rather have.
What happened?
I would rather have. Name me any quarterback, and I'd probably rather have them over Carson Wentz. Like
Joe Flacco.
Starting quarterback. Maybe
he was a starting quarterback for like 12 years.
Right
doesn't
now.
Count.
How does it not count?
Who's
okay.
Baker and him is close.
Tua.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
I'd rather have Jimmy Garoppolo.
What about
than
Tua?
Carson Wentz.
Tua?
Oh, that's hard.
That's a tough one.
I'd rather have Carson Wentz than Tua. No, I'd rather have Tua than Carson Wentz.
I probably would pick anyone over Tua.
They're both terrible.
Mike White.
I'm on the Mike White train, dude. Let's go Mike White, bro.
That was the weirdest activity I've ever seen on a line.
It was -1 to start the week.
Someone knew something. Someone fucked up. Someone fucked up in Vegas, and they accidentally put that out. That was like the employee discount. That was the employee bet.
No,
they were like, guys, the Jets are going to win. Here you go.
The Jets were -1.
Oh, I know. I remember that.
But then okay, so it was -1. It was probably -1 for like
a
second. And then it was
-3.5.
It was -3.5 for the Bengals.
And then it was -10 or 11.
And then it went, and then it instantly went up to 11. I'm like, okay, why was it 3.5? It should have opened at 10.
I don't get it.
That was the weirdest activity I've ever seen on a line. And rightfully so, the Jets won and Vegas took all of it because that's just what
you want
to
know what the best part was? You know how they covered it too? a Mike White 2-point conversion on Philly.
How good was Mike White?
He couldn't have looked better.
400 yards.
How is it possible that the Jets win and still look dumber than they did the week before? Mike White comes in for your future of the franchise.
Ready?
And they win with the guy that's not no one heard of.
Bledsoe that's knocked out in a Jets Patriots game. Brady comes in. Zach Wilson gets knocked out in a Patriots Jets game. Mike White comes in. Is Mike White?
That's a little different. Tom Brady wasn't the future of the franchise at that point.
Mike White is though.
Because it was John Johnson up until like 2 weeks ago.
Mike White looked so good, bro. He looked
so ready.
Good.
Who cares? He's like, this is my time.
What do you mean? Who cares? Did you watch that game?
I've seen Ryan Fitzpatrick do that with the Jets.
It's not fucking Zach Wilson's backup on the Jets coming in and just slinging the ball.
But now Zach Wilson looks like a dumpster.
It's his first year, and the Jets suck.
Mike White hasn't seen a snap in the NFL and threw for 400 yards. I don't want to hear it.
And scored 34 points.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Trying to say he's good?
Okay, look at me right now. When was the last time the Jets scored 34 points?
Yeah.
Shit.
Literally.
The last time they scored
like
more than 30 points. That's not like, what the fuck?
That wasn't the Giants had the longest streak of that though. The Giants went like 6 or 7 years without scoring 30 points.
But it's just the simple fact that like Zach Wilson was the future, right? And he's the guy that they pick him over Justin Fields. They pick him over Mac Jones. And he's the future, right? He goes down. He's looked terrible. Mike White comes in, who no one has ever heard of, and he throws lights out.
I don't think Wilson's going to be good, but they'll probably start him when he comes back and for next year because they're not going to make the decision after Wilson's first year of being the starting
quarterback.
What
are they playing for?
He was the second overall pick.
If Mike White wins this week, hypothetically, I know it's a bit hypothetical, do they keep him in or do they put Zach Wilson back in? You have to stick with Mike White. You have to.
If Mike White just won you a game, yes, you stick with the guy that won.
But they suck. They're not doing anything this year. They're going to go back to their young quarterback.
Why though? Why?
Because they're the Jets, and also that's what teams do. They're like, this is our second overall pick. We got to give him the snaps. Got to give him the reps.
You give Mike White until he loses or until he starts to look bad. If he wins,
I'm all for them giving him a chance.
If he wins this week, I want him starting the next game.
But if it's the right decision, I hope the Jets don't make it.
They play
the Colts on Thursday, and they're 10-point underdogs. They're 10.
They're covering.
Underdogs.
They're covering
10.
What other games do we want to talk about from last week?
Patriots.
The Patriots won. They looked good.
In typical them beating the Chargers fashion, too.
They have the Chargers number.
Bad.
The Chargers just don't play well against the Patriots.
I tried not to think about that last week when I was playing the Chargers. I was like, oh, they got their number. But I'm like, yeah, but that's the Brady and Rivers days. I can't think about that.
I just don't know what it is about that team.
45-0 last year. Like they just
and then
beat up.
Like you think about the time before was that playoff game.
Yep. Do they play every year?
And it was like 45-21.
They don't play every year. They played 2 years ago in the playoffs, or 3 years ago now. I don't really remember.
They played last year too?
And then last year. But I think in the regular season they don't normally play.
No, I'm saying like they play each other often.
Okay.
I'm not asking you if they're scheduled.
They play the Jets pretty often.
They play each other
too.
every year. Yeah, but they're scheduled to play them every year. They have to.
So are the Patriots rolling now? Because the way I look at it right now is they're up there and catching a playoff spot if they keep playing the way that they
I think they will.
With the way the AFC is,
I think they will.
And with the Chiefs are going like this, Patriots are going
9-10. Hey, 9-10 wins might get you in this year in the AFC.
You got to think they play Miami again, so that should be a win. I know they play a couple. I think they play like the Broncos and a couple other shitty AFC West teams. Those should be wins. Like they play Carolina this week. They should beat Carolina. Like there's a couple of gimmies on their schedule where they can easily get to 7 or 8, and then they just have to win a couple like 50-50 games.
What other games? Do it. Case Keenum did not play for the Browns.
That was a big reason why I took them. You were right. You said that. I think Case, and I said it too last week. I think Case Keenum is a better quarterback right now than Baker Mayfield.
If Case Keenum plays in that game, do the Browns win?
Yes, because they score more than 10 points.
And like this whole drama now that's developing between OBJ.
That's why you don't have Odell on your team is your cancer. But then again, if the Patriots signed him, I would not really hate that either.
Oh, they will. Remember years ago, whenever the
trade
Giants
deadline's
would play
over,
the
so
Patriots,
it'd have to be a release. And
there's one team that would be good for him. Green Bay. You
Green
like that?
Bay.
They need another weapon.
I'd be all over.
Yeah,
it.
Crosses his leg.
You were all over
up.
that. That's the only team I can see that makes enough sense where he goes there. He's going there to actually like give it his all 100%. Like,
Aaron Rodgers would be like, "Oh yeah, bring him in."
Yeah. But like, if he goes to the Patriots, he's just gonna be like, "I'm the best receiver here." Like, I don't care. Like, if he goes to the Packers, he's gonna dead in line. Devontae Adams is obviously better than him. I don't think there's anyone that can say Odell is better than him. Get him in there. Have Rodgers throwing him the ball. Made a Super Bowl push. I think that makes a whole lot of sense.
All right. I mean, it'd have to be. They'd have to release him, right? And then
that would be
team would have to
awesome.
pick him up.
Say that or none?
They'd have to release him, and then they'd have
Which
to
is
pick
what
him
they're
up.
talking about.
Oh, they'll release him.
They can't trade him anymore. No one wants
Can't
to trade
trade
for
him.
him.
Yeah.
They'll let him go.
I was surprised at how dead the, no pun intended, how dead the deadline was.
Well, besides,
I mean, Von Miller was the biggest trade that we saw.
yeah. Other than that, nothing else happened.
I was just surprised at that based on what we've
I
seen.
feel like that
I
always
thought,
happens in the NFL.
NFL isn't really like
It's
big
not really one of
trades.
those, like,
Yeah.
trades.
I thought
sports.
for sure we'd see Deshaun Watson, for sure we'd see Odell, and for sure, I mean, I didn't see Von Miller coming. I didn't see that coming at all.
Can we not talk about that?
I mean, it's huge for the Rams. The Rams kind of raped the Broncos.
Von's got 4.5 sacks this year. Two of them are against the Giants week 1.
I really don't understand NFL trading.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
Seems
Explain,
like you could.
explain that to me.
It just seems like you can give up nothing and get a guy for fun.
Is Von Miller not worth more than a second-round draft pick?
Much
It was
more.
a second and a third, right?
I think it was a third that becomes a second.
Oh, okay. I mean, this year he's kind of he's hurt right now.
But who cares? He's gonna come back.
And the best part was
He's gonna come back
they
and he's gonna play
convinced the
so
Broncos
good.
to
To
pay
pay.
his salary, to pay the $7 million.
He's
or whatever.
gonna come back. He's gonna play so good with that unit. He's gonna play so good in the playoffs, and
I think that's a perfect place for him. To go,
Absolutely.
because he's not relied on as much anymore. He's got Aaron Donald. If Von Miller just contributes a tiny bit,
I still
he
think
will.
I still think
he's
the-
got
he
Aaron
will.
Donald in front of him, getting God knows how many blockers on him a game. So you just get to have Von Miller run up the middle now.
the Rams definitely won the trade deadline.
I still think the Packers are winning the Super Bowl.
I'm excited
but
to see that.
The Rams are the Super Bowl favorite. The Rams or the Bills are the Super Bowl favorite right now.
Yeah, I'd say their stock just got a lot higher. Definitely.
Rams Bills Super Bowl would be pretty fun.
That would be fun. And I would for sure love to see Matt Stafford in a Super Bowl.
I'd love to see the
It would be
Bills
weird.
in the Super Bowl.
It would be really weird.
And if they did end up winning, like imagine that. Matt Stafford, let's go. All those years down in the dumps in Detroit.
That would show how bad Detroit is.
Yes. And it would show how good Matt Stafford is, which I've been saying for a long time. Matt Stafford is a good quarterback. And like it shows how bad Jared Goff is. Look how bad Jared Goff is.
Fair.
They scored 6 points against the Eagles. Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
they suck.
After we hyped them up, Antonio. We hyped them up.
I thought they were
Oh, I took
winning.
the Eagles.
You
Yes.
did. Of course you took the
I said they
Eagles.
were winning.
I said they were winning.
No, I said they were
No,
winning.
I said they had to win. They were supposed to win. That was
0-9.
That was
0-8,
Are-
0-9.
They're 0-8. I don't know.
They're going 0-17.
Yeah,
now.
are they?
Yes.
They're going 0-6.
I think they've given up. That was the worst performance I've seen
For
from
what
them.
though? What are they like? What do you look to
You
do
let
next?
the Eagles score 44 points on you?
That's pathetic.
Dude, what are they doing?
At
Drafting
home?
another quarterback? What's the goal here?
What is the goal here?
What's the goal for any team in this draft?
I don't know.
right now?
Tell me, Dan Campbell. I'd
What-
like to. Did he cry after
You're
this?
the-
good.
You're the Lions. What do you do?
I don't know. I don't know. What
Jared
I'd do.
Goff is like 26, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still super young.
Why do you want him?
They traded away their franchise quarterback for him.
What are you doing with him? With Jared Goff, winning a couple games
They
a year. They're so
I don't
bad.
know. Tell me, Dan Campbell. Did he cry after this one?
He doesn't.
Did he cry on the podium after
I
this
don't
one?
know.
Because I'm sick of this. Get him going.
I thought he had the locker room the last couple of games.
He still does. They're just bad. Like it's just what
They
it
suck
is.
so bad.
They're just really bad. Their defense is bad.
Their offense is bad.
Their offense
Their
can't
special
score.
teams is bad.
Well, they also have
Their team is bad.
They have no receivers, bro. Name a receiver.
That's what I mean.
Name one receiver.
Who's
on the
he throwing
Detroit
to?
Lions.
T.J. Hawkinson. That's it.
Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like
Do they have
They got nothing.
They have Marvin Jones, right?
no,
Nope.
he's in
They got rid of
Jacksonville.
him. That's right. So I don't know.
He's
Speaking
a
of
Jackson
Jacksonville,
War.
that was the worst pick
Trap game.
ever. That was the worst pick ever.
I was surprised you guys took the Jags. Honestly,
I took him in my pick 3, dude.
Yeah, that was bad.
Geno Smith sucks, dude.
I mean, he's not. He doesn't suck as bad as the Jacksonville Jaguars suck.
I guess
at football.
not. I thought he did.
Just look at the two teams, the two
Jackson's
organizations.
bad. Their offensive line looked huge.
Do they
Geno
have a
Smith
win?
has
Do they
Tyler
have-
Lockett and DK Metcalf.
Jacksonville
to
doesn't
throw
have a win, right?
They have one.
Yeah, they beat,
They beat
the London game.
Dolphins.
They beat the Dolphins.
Oh, of course they did. I forgot about
the
that.
week we picked them.
Yeah, we did pick them. That was free though.
Yeah, you have to pick the Jackson.
They're the London team.
They should be the London Jaguars.
Yeah, and Urban Meyer got horny. Or Urban Meyer got horny. That's why we said it. So I mean, the Jags are bad. They're not going into Seattle.
There's nothing more you need to say than just the Jags are bad. Like, there's no further discussion after that.
Like, yeah, that was definitely.
Seattle's not going anywhere either.
Yeah, they're done.
That's a.
I mean, they're going into the bye, and then they get Russell back.
Who cares about them? Honestly,
I mean, I still have hope for them.
Yeah, that's why they're gonna make the playoffs to piss everybody off.
and then lose in the first round, like, cool.
Yep, they will. They'll lose in the wild card game. They
Anything?
love that.
Russell Wilson gets pissed and gets traded to the New York Giants.
No.
Anything else from last week?
I don't have the matchups in front of me.
Brady got fucked.
Giants should
He
get
did.
less flags.
Talk about a team that has another team's number, except in the playoffs. The Saints had the Bucks number. I think this was a case of the Saints. It was one of those weeks where they were like, we have to score more
Was
than
he
30.
paid to throw that interception?
That was a bad.
That was a bad one. It was
Right
bad.
to him.
Because the play before, it was the same thing.
He stood for a couple of those a season. Sometimes Tommy throws a ball and you're like, whoa.
I didn't think that they would lose
He's had,
another
yeah,
game,
he's had
but-
a few more free moments on the Bucks, but it's fun. It's fun to see.
Yeah, no, I love it. I'd rather him do that than just 2-yard check down, 4-yard. It's like he actually like throws the ball now.
Well, you got to think, too, this was the first time he's been in the Mercedes Dome where there's been fans.
That's also true.
That was the first time. So,
Well, as a Buccaneer.
yeah, as a Buccaneer is what I'm saying. Like the past 2 years. So, that probably contributed to it. I don't know. Bruce Arians was probably
I don't
eating
know.
a sandwich.
They were riding high. They're 6-1.
Yeah, they were due for a letdown.
Yeah, they were just due for a game.
They were due for a letdown. I thought I picked the Bucks, but after I picked that, I was like, the Saints will probably cover. It'll probably be a close game, but the Saints just ended up
Yeah, I
fucking
kind of
them.
had that little feeling too. It's easy to say now,
But yeah,
Only other game really to discuss is somehow the Vikings lost.
you deserve a slap on the wrist.
They should not have lost that
Sal.
game. They should not have lost that game, bro.
Sal.
They should not have
What's
lost
the
that game.
cardinal rule?
You don't bet on Kirk Cousins in primetime.
And Dak still didn't play, and he still didn't cover.
I don't know how that's possible.
Cooper Rush. There's the weekend of two guys no one's ever heard of just being
You want to
heroes.
know what's even funnier about the whole like line movement and stuff? The original line was Dallas -3, and they covered -3. They won by 4.
Yeah, and it was
So
2.5.
It did not. It did
It was
not.
plus 2.5.
It was
yeah.
plus 2.5. So it literally did not matter what line you got the Cowboys at. You won your bet, and Kirk Cousins lost you a whole shit ton of money because
That's what he does.
dude. Fuck the Vikings and fuck Kirk Cousins.
Vikings are done.
It's easy to say now.
No, that's so easy to say. Then they go out and beat Baltimore this week, and then next week we're
Oh,
they're not. No, they're not beating Baltimore.
I don't-
Off a bye.
I don't think so, but at the same time, it would be
Yeah.
it would be so Minnesota to just go beat Baltimore this week. I don't know if I'll pick it, but we'll see.
So give me that look.
I don't know.
Should we move to this week?
Yeah. Thursday night, Colts versus Mike White. Colts at home. -10.5. Over under is 46.
Fuck the
Mike
Colts.
White. I'm not taking.
Mike
Green,
White.
baby.
I can't lay 10.5 points with Carson Wentz. I cannot do it.
No,
I just,
that's
10
way,
and a half
that's
is
that,
way
that
too
was
much.
my first thought. I'm like, this Colts team.
But
Carson
I
Wentz,
also
10-point
said that
favorite?
when they
No.
played Houston.
That's fair, but I'm just not doing it.
I said I can't lay 10 with Carson Wentz.
I'm actually excited for Mike White, though. Like, I think maybe there's something there.
All right. I like that.
You know what?
Are we for sure that... Okay, what I've noticed in this podcast this season, if we say anyone's playing, if it's in question...
They don't play.
Just don't listen to us because it's probably not...
We also always tend to agree on the Thursday night games.
That is true.
The first game that we covered...
we're on the Jets, baby.
Hold on. Go ahead.
My cardinal rule is to never bet the
No,
Jets.
that's what I was saying. It's like all of our first games, we like always agree on it.
My friend said that if he beats the Colts this week and they won 2 games, he's no longer Mike White. He's Michael White. Like
Michael White.
He's Michael White.
Michael Jordan.
Like Mike, literally like.
He's
Michael
no longer
Jordan.
Mike Jordan.
He used
Jordan.
yes, exactly, literally exactly. Let's go. So if he wins this week and he's a starter, he's Michael White from now on.
I like that.
Just so we're clear about.
I like that.
All right, Sunday early slate.
Wait, what was the spread of that? I gotta write it down.
10.5, which is disgusting.
10.5.
We'll start.
Didn't get anything to write on.
We'll start in the Superdome. Saints -6 with the incoming Falcons. Falcons are 3-4. Saints are 5-2. Saints are probably starting Taysom Hill. I like the Falcons.
They're 5-2.
Yeah.
I like the Falcons as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot that Jameis got hurt
You see the video of him?
on the crutches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was crazy.
Classic.
I might
Jameis.
like to.
You're taking the Falcons?
Fuck,
No way you guys are
hate-
taking the bait again.
I hate the Falcons, man.
Don't
They kill
do
me
it.
this year. They might win this game. Though.
They might win this game.
No, New Orleans is winning. Even with I don't
I
care.
hate Taysom Hill, dude.
Falcons.
Sal
money
could
line.
be starting for the Saints, and I'd pick
Sal.
the Saints.
My brain's gonna be like Falcons money line on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I can't pick the Falcons. I just can't.
Nah, I'm all set with Taysom Hill.
All right.
That's not someone.
Same here, bro.
That's not someone I want to lay almost a touchdown with.
Plus, the Falcons are looking all right.
New England at Carolina, the Sam Darnold-led Carolina Panthers.
Well, you know what the Patriots do to Sam Darnold.
Make them see ghosts.
-3.5 for the New England Patriots. I think you have to take the Patriots here.
Like, how are the Patriots road favorites after the year that they've had?
I mean, I don't. It's Sam Darnold. Like it's Sam Darnold versus Bill Belichick.
I have the Patriots.
I think you have to take the Patriots.
I mean, obviously I'm taking the Patriots, but I'm just saying, like, that's crazy. After, like, the ups and downs the Patriots have had, they come off beating the Chargers, and now they're 3.5-point favorites on the road in Carolina. That's crazy. What happened to Christian McCaffrey?
He's supposed to come back this week.
Is he dead?
No, he's supposed to play this week.
No one's seen him in, like, years.
He will. I hope.
Okay, he's not playing. Next.
Oh wow, this might be my my pick 3. Vegas at the Giants. Vegas is -3. You have to take the Giants with everything going around the Vegas locker room this week. Giants.
Ugh, I just hate picking the Giants this year. I really do.
How can you take Vegas with everything going on?
I mean, they got rid of him, though.
It's still a distraction. You're like, damn.
I don't think so, because that was such a black and white thing. It's not like it's controversy. It was like a
I don't know.
punctuation.
They've just had a tough season.
Yeah,
They have, but they're 5-2.
Still have a good record,
right? Aren't they 5-2? With all of the things that they've done or that has happened, they're 5-2 still.
Oh, like you're making me want to pick the Raiders.
I'm gonna pick the Raiders.
The Giants are.
They're coming off a bye.
The Giants have been in games, but I feel
Giants are on a short week.
I feel like they're due to play like shit. Yeah, but by a day, whatever. I feel like the Giants are kind of due to play like shit.
That's one less day they had to practice.
The Giants are home. Ugh. I want to pick Vegas.
West Coast team traveling east at 1:00.
I want to pick Vegas. They say Saquon might come back this week. But why?
You're the only
The
person I've
season's
ever heard
over.
say Saquon.
Saquon.
Yeah, everyone else says Saquon Barkley. You say Saquon Barkley.
Well, because at first, when he was in college, I kept saying Saquon, and then TV was like, "Oh no, it's Saquon." So then he got drafted in the NFL. Everybody called him Saquon. Is it Saquon?
I don't know, but you're the only person I've heard say Saquon. I've never heard it on TV.
Yeah, he might come back this week.
All right, so
I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Raiders, Giants, Raiders.
Fuck.
Tuck.
Vikings at Baltimore. Vikings are
Anytime
+6.
Sal's on his own right now, he's like, God damn it.
He wanted
can't-
to switch so bad just now.
Yeah, I can't win anything right now. I don't-
Vikings, Baltimore. What's the spread?
6. It opened at 7.
I love Baltimore.
I gotta take Minnesota.
I love Baltimore too.
I hate my life.
I just like
No,
Baltimore at home.
Man,
off a bye.
Minnesota loves a good win after a good letdown.
And it's at 1:00. I don't know.
Nah, I gotta stick with Baltimore.
Sal's just throwing pasta at the wall right now.
That's funny, like me to think about. Like, oh yeah, Minnesota always wins after a shitty loss, but I really like the Ravens. I can't come off of that.
All right.
I like the Ravens too.
Buy myself a down. Don't love it. Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a -2.5 point favorite. I love Noah Odell there, so give me the Browns.
I love Cleveland this week. I hate to pick against the Bengals. We all love the Bengals.
You guys
but
like Cleveland every week.
I think right now I still think they're a playoff team. I think the Bengals
don't.
have come back to earth a little bit.
Too much has happened around Cleveland that I think that they're just scattered at this point. So I'm going to take Cincinnati because I've taken Cincinnati every time. It's worked out every time except last week. Shut the fuck up. That was a weird game. That was a weird anomaly.
So weird.
And this week they're getting back on track.
Still
They
put up
should
30.
This should probably. I mean,
They
going
still put
off
up
last
30
week,
last week.
I guess I can see why it's 2.5, but it probably should be like more like 4 or 5. Cincinnati -2.5.
Buffalo at Jacksonville.
Does Buffalo play a shit team every week?
week? They're favored by like 12 every week.
-14.5 for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
Oh.
I think I'm just taking every dog this week.
It's the most me and
Why
Sal
are you
have-
taking Jacksonville?
I've never disagreed with Sal more.
I was listening to the podcast last week, and they played Miami, and you were like, "I love Miami," and it was 14 at the time.
Yeah, and it ended at 15. Dude, it's been happening.
Buffalo won by 15.
Bro, it's been happening so much lately. It's been so unreal. So you want to know why? Like, you're gonna love this. You want to know why I like Jacksonville in this game? Just there's a Manning curse. Whoever goes on the Manning broadcast loses the following week. So like Tom Brady was on there, lost the following week. Russell Wilson was on there, lost the following week. Josh Allen was on there this week. I don't know that they lose, but like that's
if they lose to Jacksonville.
that's a miracle.
That's bullshit.
I'm taking Jacksonville.
Don't do that. The Bills have done a good job at covering their double-digit spreads this year.
I don't know.
Let's go Bills.
Florida at home in the heat.
Nope. I like Buffalo. It only works in your favor if you're a home team and it's cold and a warm team comes.
Whatever.
If you're a Buffalo Bill right now and you're like, holy shit, we get to escape Buffalo for a week and go down to Florida.
One of two things is happening to me this week. I'm
getting chilly.
I'm getting every pick right, or I'm getting every pick wrong, and I'm probably getting every pick wrong. So
I mean, maybe. I mean, you might turn it around.
There's not been a colder person the last 3 or 4 weeks than me. Like I've just been
We're gonna turn around. It's a long season.
complete and utter dog shit. Houston at Miami in the worst game of the year. +6.5 for the Texans.
How crazy is it that they don't end up trading Deshaun Watson, but the next week they would have played?
Nolan, that makes you love Houston, right?
Yeah, I would have loved Miami if Deshaun Watson was there.
Exactly, but now it's kind of like, hey, Miami, you should have
What's the
traded
spread?
for him.
6.5.
I really
Miami's
no,
-6.5.
Well, yeah.
Holy shit, give me Houston.
I was gonna say I know Miami's
I'm
your
not
team,
laying
but
6.5 with Miami.
The thing is, I'll take 6.5 if it's with Tyrod Taylor. I can't take 6.5 if it's with Davis Mills.
I mean, have we looked? Is he coming back?
As far as it says, it's supposed to be
I
Davis
love
Mills.
Houston.
Yeah, I love Houston.
I love Houston.
I'm never. We agree on every game. We haven't disagreed on a game yet. I don't think.
I think I've been on the lonely island for every game.
He's normally the island guy.
I am the island guy. I mean, I thought I was gonna be the only one to love Houston here. You normally pick the Dolphins.
I don't love this game. I don't love any part about this game.
and like I always pick against Houston, but this is just really just two shit teams.
Miami's just due for a get right spot, and against Houston, there's no better team than that.
Why aren't they due for a get right spot?
Just they're not as bad as their record says they are. I'm sorry, they're just not. They're not one of the worst teams in the league.
I think so too. But 6.5 is too many.
They don't win by a touchdown, and it's the worst team in the league, or the second worst team in the league.
All right.
At home.
I mean, I like Houston, but
Of course, that's the one game I picked the favorite. That's so absurd.
and it's Miami.
Oh my god. Dallas Cowboys -10 at home against the Denver Broncos
Jeez.
at 1:00. I mean, the Cowboys are undefeated against the spread, so I'm taking the Broncos.
10. Yeah, I was gonna say 10. Like the Broncos aren't good, but that's a little much for the Cowboys against the Broncos. The Cowboys.
That feels like an 8-point game.
I don't think the Cowboys are anything insane.
Broncos are bad.
No, the Broncos are terrible.
The Broncos are
You're taking
covering
the Broncos.
Yeah, the Cowboys have like two potential
This is where
defensive
we
players.
switch. I'm on the lonely island.
Yeah.
The
me
Cowboys
Dallas.
have like two potential defensive player of the years in their team though.
Trayvon Diggs is easily player of the year. Easily.
He's gonna have more interceptions than half the league.
Can you do something for me real quick? Look up if Dak is actually playing this weekend. I want to know like if
Is
there's
this a thing every week now? Like, is Dak playing?
No, I just want to make sure because if I pick based on that and then Cooper Rush goes out there, like what the fuck?
Oh no, Coop is.
He was limited in practice. That's all it says.
On Wednesday. All right, I'll still pick Dallas just because I think he's gonna come back, but I just think 10 points is just.
This is the funky spread of the week. 4:00. Chargers at Eagles. Chargers are a 1.5 point favorite at the Eagles.
Strange game. I said the same thing. I'm like, that's
Overreaction from last
weird.
week. Hammer the Chargers.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what it is.
That's all it is.
Overreaction.
So Sal loves the Eagles. Sal
No,
picks the Eagles every week.
I really like the Chargers in this game, but something like
The public's a
Is
little.
it
Nah,
not-
this is an overreaction.
is it not too easy?
Public's a little
No,
down.
it's just okay. What's the money at?
Who cares, Sal?
80-20
Whatever.
And who?
on the Chargers.
That's fine.
I'm not worried
I'm
about
okay
it.
with that.
Oh,
Because
Sal,
people are seeing what
everybody's-
we see. Like it should
Everybody's
not be.
a little down on the Chargers right now.
a little down.
So
this spread is just not correct.
they beat him up.
The spread is not right.
No,
It's an
and they beat him up.
overreaction. If I was looking at it based on the way these two
It should
teams
be
played
4.
last
It
week,
should be 4 or more.
the way these two teams played last week, if I'm
Should
overreacting,
be 4, but it's gonna be 14.
I'm saying this is a 3-point spread, 2.5, 3. Just take the Eagles. Just do it.
No,
it's gonna be a beat down.
I'm taking
Come on,
the Chargers, and it's wrong. It's so wrong.
All right,
It's
well,
not
if you're
wrong.
wrong, then we'll all be wrong.
Oh,
They're not losing.
But I'm never picking the Eagles ever again. Fuck the Eagles. They should not have beat up on the Lions like that.
yeah. All right, I'm taking the Chargers. Fuck. Oh, it's the worst pick ever. Green Bay at Kansas City. Green Bay is a 7.5 point underdog now that Mr. Rodgers is not active. I don't know. The Chiefs.
So should we talk about this? Because
I don't know. What is there to say?
okay, you tell me what you think about this game. Because I have a certain thing in my brain that I'm like, this is so Sal.
What?
And
Yeah, no, I totally expect
He's
them
gonna
to
go out
take
there
the
and look
Eagles.
good or look terrible. Which one?
Well, no, just tell me what you think is gonna happen.
If you want my honest opinion, Kansas City probably just comes out and just stomps all over them. Like,
Okay.
It's like 35-0.
I mean, you've been saying that for 4 weeks, and Kansas City hasn't done it
Eventually, it's gonna happen though.
against the Packers, though.
And Jordan Love.
It didn't happen against Washington. Didn't happen against Tennessee.
All right, so why is Jordan Love gonna do, John?
Jordan Love
Oh,
is
he
going to
sucks.
do good because Aaron Rodgers hates this situation. And Jordan Love looking good is going to be the only thing to make this 10 times worse.
Not happening.
So, okay, this is classic Aaron Rodgers. Classic Aaron Rodgers. He's Kyrie Irving. He's Kyrie with what he does. He just like is such a narcissist fuck. Okay, he comes out before the season started, right, and talks about how there are people unvaccinated. He respects that, blah blah. Like, but he goes at an angle like he's vaccinated. Like if you listen to what he said, I can't paraphrase off the top of my head, but the way he said it was he was vaccinated. Then it comes out that he's not vaccinated. He gets COVID. So like, did he just blatantly lie? He didn't lie, but he kind of did. and now it's like a huge thing that he
Whatever.
got COVID.
Whatever.
The only thing that
not
makes
that worried
this
about it.
so bad is if Jordan Love goes out and looks amazing.
I don't think he will though. I think he's gonna get literally pooped on. Like
When I thought about that in my head, I was like, Sal.
yeah, it makes perfect sense, but I don't agree. You know what I
Okay.
think should happen? I think the Packers are winning the Super Bowl this year, and this is going to be a blemish on their record. They're going to go like 13-4, and they're going to be like, remember that game against the Chiefs? We got smacked around because we had Jordan Love in there, and no one wants Jordan Love. This is Aaron Rodgers' team. This is not Jordan Love's team. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. Give me the
It's
Chiefs.
a +1, Nolan. You think they're gonna beat the Chiefs?
No, it's
It's
No.
minus
It's
7.5
now.
It was
With Rodgers
+1.
out.
It was a pick 'em before
So
Aaron
you
Rodgers
you
was
love
out.
the Packers now.
No,
So-
I don't. I
Yes,
still
you
love
do.
the Chiefs.
You pick the Packers every week. I'm sick of you.
Yeah, with Aaron Rodgers.
Jordan Love sucks. He's not good.
So does
He's
Kansas
not gonna
City.
be good. Probably anywhere in the league. honestly.
I am fully 100% okay with being on the lonely island.
If
for
this is
one.
not in your pick 3, you did something wrong.
I don't want to put this in my pick 3. I'm not putting on a pick 3 based on one of the quarterbacks is out with COVID.
You seem that confident about it, though.
No, this is exactly what I want to happen because fuck the Packers.
I don't know.
So if this is the chance that I have to say fuck the Packers, I'm going to take it.
All right. To each his own.
And could you not?
You're gonna be so mad when the Packers win the Super Bowl. I know we
Okay,
talk about this so
every-
The
much.
Packers are not winning the Super Bowl
every
ever.
podcast, I kind of hope it happens more. I hated them so much beginning of the year. I was like,
Antonio, no, they're
I'm
not
like, I'm so
winning.
sick of
Don't
Aaron
take
Rodgers
the trap.
now. He's such a fucking bitch.
Yeah, man.
The last 2 years of Aaron Rodgers, I'm just so sick of
Yo.
it. I'm done with the
Yo.
Packers. And now it's like
just
halfway
like,
through
yeah.
the season, I'm like, it's gonna be like the Dodgers, right?
Just agree
Yeah,
with
so,
me for once.
It's gonna be them and the Rams in the NFC title game, and the Rams are gonna be like 7-point favorites, and you hammer
and the Packers are gonna kill them.
kill them by like 15.
Nope.
Yes, dude. Yes.
Never.
I can literally. I'm telling you exactly what's gonna
It's
happen.
never going to happen.
That he's gonna beat the Bills.
Nope.
Bills.
Oh my God, no.
That would be a good game.
The Bills would drop 45 on the Packers.
They have a good defense. They're solid on defense.
No, they
The
do.
Packers?
They have a good defense.
No, you guys are high as shit. Give me Green Bay plus 7.5. Yeah, based on what I've seen in Kansas City, like anytime they're above a 7-point favorite, like their stock is just going so low. So if you're gonna tell me right now, what you said last week, they have the second worst defense of all time. It said they start as a 9-point. They start
the
9
Chiefs,
points
yeah.
out of the gate.
Yeah.
So give me that. Give me that.
There.
The Packers get a 9-point head start.
Well,
If they're as good as you
and
say they are, they should be they should make up a game plan good enough for Jordan Love to be fine.
I just don't think they like Jordan Love.
with what they did
They
last
don't like
week,
Jordan Love.
with what they did last week with AJ
This
Dillon,
is
they're gonna
Aaron-
smash mouth
This
this
is
ball.
Aaron Rodgers' team, not Jordan Love's team. I'm not
behind, saying it is.
Nobody's behind the Jordan Love movement. They're gonna go out there and get their pants taken.
You know
down.
who is gonna be behind the Jordan Love movement when Jordan Love does go out and play well?
Not Aaron
The Packers
Rodgers.
front office.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
The Packers front office
No.
is
What's his face? Matt LaFleur.
and Matt LaFleur. That he goes into
But-
that bubble.
If he looks like- if Love looks like shit-
get rid of Aaron Rodgers for.
They
Jordan
want to
Love.
get rid of
Do
him
it. No,
so
do it.
bad.
Do it. I don't.
If
care.
Love looks like shit,
And I'm not
does
saying
that,
that's the right
like,
move, but
is
that's what
Aaron
they've
gonna be like,
been-
hey Matthew?
But like that's what they've been projecting this whole time, is that they want to get rid of him. They haven't given him any say in anything. He's just been a little bitch about it, and then they go and get Jordan Love instead of getting a wide receiver or an offensive lineman, whatever it is. They didn't give him anything, and he publicly comes out and says it. He publicly shits on the front office of the Packers. You think that made him like him anymore?
I don't think he cares.
Of course he doesn't
Send him
care.
somewhere else. He'll go win a Super Bowl
But this
somewhere else.
this is a perfect storm for what the Packers want to happen.
If you let Aaron Rodgers walk, Aaron Rodgers is gonna go to a team and win a Super Bowl.
That's fine,
So,
just as long as it's not the
He will.
Packers.
Oh, he will.
Just
Because
as
the
long as
right
it's
team
not
will
the
trade for him.
Packers.
yeah.
And you know what's funny too? Guess which team he would go to?
Pittsburgh, Denver,
No. How petty is Aaron Rodgers?
The
Minnesota.
49ers.
Yeah, Minnesota makes sense. Yeah, Minnesota does make sense.
He would go to Minnesota
But
just to shit on the Packers. If you went to Minnesota and won a Super Bowl, that'd be the
Who's-
G'est thing of all time.
New York.
Why am I blank? Mike Zimmer is the worst head coach in the league. Him and Kirk Cousins is the worst head coach.
He's probably gone after this year.
He's gone after this year, bro. He's out to lunch.
He's been there for a while.
He's probably a year or two too many right now.
His shit is so stale. I also said on a previous
They also
podcast,
paid Kirk way too much.
I said on a previous podcast, Harrison Smith sucks. He gave up that touchdown to Cedric Wilson. He's dog shit, dude. He's literal dog shit. I am not a fan.
I mean,
of
yeah, he is definitely been on the hot seat for like a year and a half, 2 years now. They paid Kirk too much in the beginning. We said that in the beginning. They paid him way too much. What was it, like fucking 3 years, $80 million or something?
All guaranteed.
All guaranteed. Every single penny. Terrible move.
Not a dime back.
Terrible move. Holy shit.
Ugh, that's so funny.
Now that you look at it now, holy shit.
Oh, now it looks terrible.
I mean, it looked terrible at the time, and it's still
No, but now
terrible.
it looks even more terrible. Like, all right, 3 more games. I'm sorry. Cardinals at the 49ers. Cardinals are -1. I know Antonio's going to take the 49ers, and I think I'm with him. You're 100% taking the 49ers. I know.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are the Cardinals only a 1-point favorite?
Yeah, it's weird. Even money.
You said it yourself. San Fran's bad.
San Fran is bad. I fall in the same trap every week. I just don't listen to myself.
Are they starting to play better?
Yeah, they are, but not really. I don't know. They beat the Bears. Like, they're not good.
No, I'm not going to overthink it. I like the Cardinals.
What's worked for me these past few weeks is
staying
not
with the good
overthinking
teams.
it. Well, I mean, isn't that the
Me
point?
too. No,
Not always.
Huh?
Me too. No,
You're betting the number.
I'm just not overthinking.
You're betting
been
the
working
number,
out
you're
with
not
me
betting
the
the
past
team.
few weeks. But
Like, I'm not overthinking it. I mean, it is weird to me that they're only a 1-point like underdog or whatever.
Give me the 49ers.
Or 1-point favorite. I don't understand that. Why do we think this is one?
Because the 49ers are going to win. And you look at the spread and you're like, oh, wow, the Cardinals are free. They just have to win the game. So the 49ers are going to win.
I mean,
It
okay.
looks way too free.
When I started
It looks
to think like that,
so free.
Okay,
when
Kyler
I
did
started
get
to think
hurt
like
at the end
that,
of
I
that
get
game.
my ass beat.
When you start what?
When I started thinking like that, I get my ass beat. Like, oh, that's the obvious pick, so I have to take them.
It's like, you know how Dave Portnoy does the man in the suit thing? I'm not
Yes.
trying to do exactly that, but it's like you load into the sports book. Oh, you're just humming around, just looking for
Vegas
something.
wants to take all of this.
And then you go to the Arizona game and you're like, how the fuck are the 7-1 Arizona Cardinals only a 1-point favorite to the shitty ass 49ers? I'm gonna bet my whole account on the Cardinals because this is easy. And then the 49ers just absolutely dogged them.
I don't know. I would like this a lot more if it was like minus like
3.
12.
Oh.
If it was like minus like 12 and a bunch of people were putting their money on the fucking Niners and then the Niners like cover by 9 or something, like, or 7. Like the Cardinals win by 7 and it's like, okay, Vegas took all of
They played
that
them
money.
close in Arizona and I took the 49ers then. I'm taking the 49ers at home.
I mean, I'm taking Arizona. I'm not going to think too much about it.
Last 2 games. Titans plus 7.5 at the Rams. Titans took a major blow. I don't think Von Miller's playing, but I could be wrong.
I don't think he's playing either. It doesn't really matter. The Titans, huge blow.
That really sucks.
This would have been a pretty solid like game if. I mean, do we still think it's going to be close because it's a
I don't know.
prime time?
You're loving the close primetime games.
I am loving it. I think the NFL
What
fans
am-
are loving
Is
it.
it going to end?
No, I'm saying like
Well, betting it,
yeah.
Is it going to end?
I've been saying that for weeks. I said that. I said that. I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, this has to be where it's a shitty game, and it ended up being. It was the Steelers. What was it? Steelers played a primetime game against somebody. Was it the Seahawks?
Yeah.
And it ended up being a close game,
Close,
and I thought like the Seahawks would beat the shit out of them.
I guess the Rams. I don't know. I don't know anything.
Yeah, me too. I remember that.
Like I thought the Seahawks would at least
Me
cover
too.
that. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, the Rams are.
or no, I thought the Steelers were gonna win because
Sal.
Wilson.
The
was-
Rams.
I mean, the Rams should put up what in this game? The Rams should put up 38
They should
in
put
this
up
game.
50. I'm not kidding. They probably will. They're putting up 40. 40-7 is the final score.
38-20.
I agree with you guys. I cannot see Tennessee covering this without Derrick Henry. There's just no way.
Now I want to switch, dude. Oh my god.
Why?
It's 80-20.
Fuck off.
So 80% on.
How does Tennessee stay in this game? Someone
no
lay out-
They
way.
can't. They can't.
They literally can't.
They can't.
They're gonna have to rely on Tannehill to throw over 350 probably to win this game.
Oh no,
can't.
dude, I'm all set. I don't want to. I'm not.
He's gonna have to
No,
throw
yeah, I'm all
50
set.
plus
I
times
am
to
all
win.
set.
He's gonna have to try and throw the ball downfield.
Rams bid.
That's because that's what make King Henry has made Tannehill look so good, and now Tannehill's just gonna get exposed because he's not there. When the run game gets going, he can pass it a lot safer because they're just selling on the run. Play action is huge to them.
Monday night, Bears at Steelers. Bears are a 6.5 point underdog. I love the Bears. I love everything about the Bears in this game.
So now we have two primetime games that are normally close, but they're huge spreads in NFL terms. I think this spread should be a lot closer, don't you think?
Yeah, it should. Now I'm starting to second think it a little bit.
This is gonna be
I
13-7 Pittsburgh. Therefore, Chicago covers.
I think it's gonna be. Fuck, man. I just don't want to bet against Pittsburgh at home on a primetime game.
Ooh.
What, did you like that, or did you just look at the money?
Pittsburgh. I like that.
Heinz Field in a
love
primetime
that.
game. It's like these. This is a gross game.
I could see the Bears unraveling.
All right, I'm switching.
Is Khalil Mack still out?
I know I just said I love everything about the Bears. Your guys.
He's so right.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Is Khalil Mack out?
Sal,
I don't care.
Just think
Give me the
about.
Steelers.
Just picture the Bears playing
Yeah,
at
no,
Heinz Field.
no. Just you want to know.
None
You
of
want
that
to know
can
what
go
you
wrong.
want to
That's
know.
not a
what-
spot they
No,
wanna be in.
listen to me. You want to know what mental image I had in my head? It's like 3rd and 16, and the Bears are down 14.
I can't wait for that to
And
actually
then
happen.
they run a play, and then after like 2 seconds, Justin Fields is running fucking backwards.
Yes, literally,
because
just
everybody blows by the offensive line.
Throwing a ball out of bounds, and then they're punting. And it's like the second quarter.
The
and you're
Bears
like,
are
why-
only, the
why
Bears
are the
are
Bears?
aren't scoring more than 6 points.
The Bears probably score about 10 points in this game.
I think it's 6 or less.
10 points is their cap.
I don't know why.
I think the Pittsburgh just could score 20 plus.
I don't know why I love the Bears to start off with this, but now I love the Steelers.
I was leaning Bears as well.
Once I heard the spread, I was like, dude, there's no way. I was just like,
If I
The
had
Bears
more
don't
time
cover
to
that.
let like the Steelers being my pick sit, that could have been a victory.
now if this was in Chicago, it'd be a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Heinz Field in a primetime game is unreal. All right, round of Steelers. on
Round of
this one?
Steelers. We love a green on prime time.
All right, shall we move on?
All right, pick 3. I've been lacking. I went 0-3.
Sal went 0-3.
I need to do something.
So you're now 10-14.
I'm something bad.
Take a sip of my
10 and
water.
14. You were 10 and
No,
11.
no.
So now you're 10 and 14. Antonio and I
What can I
are
do?
14-9 and 1.
We've been tied for 3 weeks.
Yeah, literally.
Like 4 weeks, I think.
You guys have had the same record every week.
We really do. And it's funny because we don't pick the same teams.
Well,
Like
now-
we very rarely do.
Now
And if we
now
do,
we
it's
have
usually
been.
like one.
Past couple weeks, we've been agreeing much more than usual. We did this week on a lot of the first half, especially the 1 o'clock games.
Do you have a lighter?
Why?
Can I light the candle for good luck?
No. That'll just be bad
There's a
luck.
lighter right there, you fucker.
That would just be bad luck for you.
No, this
Bad luck for us.
move.
We're all going 0-3.
I don't care. No, we're all doing 3 now.
Are you an idiot? That's not how you light a candle.
Oh.
Ow, my fingy.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to like flip the candle around. Okay. All right. Well, if that's good luck, then we're all doomed.
I'm going first now.
Go ahead.
All right. Number 1. Let's see. Shit's bussin'.
It is bussing.
All right. Cleveland plus 2.5.
I did not think you were gonna pick that.
I love it this week. Get Odell out of the building. They love playing with Just Jarvis and a cast of characters at receiver.
Love Just Jarvis.
I think they moved the ball in Cincinnati. I really like Cleveland in that
Jarvis
game.
Landry, 113 yards, no touchdown.
No. This is gonna surprise both of you, and I really can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm about to do this, and it might be the dumbest pick ever. Chargers -1.5.
No,
They should kill them.
good pick, really good pick.
They should kill them. They should kill them. If Philly wins, like, tip of the cap, good pick. If you took Philly, the Chargers should kill Philly. I don't get that spread
Those
at all.
rosters, it's not close.
Pick number 3. I'm gonna take my Patriots. -3.5.
I considered them.
I think Sam Darnold versus Bill Belichick's defense is a huge mismatch, and I think that's worth. I think they don't score more than 14 points. So I am going to take the New England Patriots -3.5. Those are my picks.
Okay, Antonio, take the floor, sir.
I really wanna. I'm just gonna. This week I'm gonna see. Even though last time I picked them in my pick 3, they covered. I'm gonna save us the scare of me putting the Pats in my pick 3.
No, hold on.
You did break it against the
You
Jets.
broke it, and you were by yourself, so you are curse free. So if you want to pick them, you pick them. But
Sam Darnold's attached to the Jets.
But just know if you pick them and Carolina wins, we're gonna
They're
give you
pick 3
shit.
number 1.
We're gonna give you shit if Carolina
love
wins.
them. I love the Patriots. I really love them. Next, the Chiefs. They're covering.
I thought
They're
about it.
killing the Packers.
I thought about it.
That game's not close. Packers stink without Aaron Rodgers. They suck. That game's not close. And the Rams. Love the Rams.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Rams -7.5.
Mm-hmm. That would be
Okay.
correct.
Number 1,
The Bills.
Vegas -3
Oh.
against the Giants.
Good pick.
Coming off a bye, this should not be 3 points. I think everything circulating around Vegas doesn't really matter. So yeah. Number 2, Baltimore -6. Baltimore at home against the Vikings.
They were almost in there.
I almost put Minnesota.
The Pats replaced the Ravens
What?
in that game for,
Oh,
my,
okay.
for my pick 3.
What should my last one be? I don't really want to pick the same one as Sal.
Tennessee.
Take the Packers. Do it. You love it so much. Take it.
Fuck you. I'm taking the Packers.
Yeah.
Plus 7.5.
Yeah.
This is where I gain a game on Nolan.
No. You guys are going to be bowing at my feet next week.
We'll see.
Shouldn't have said that. Kansas City's winning by 12.
Well,
Yes, they are.
I'm going 3-0 because of the candle. That's all I know. That candle's. If I go 3-0 this week, that candle's getting lit before all of my picks from now on.
Yeah. So 14-9-1 for me and Antonio.
10-14 for me. That's right?
Yeah. Hey, that's honestly how you've been doing the past few weeks. 10-14 isn't that bad.
I started off the year so good.
really good.
I was.
So you listen.
It was
you
like
could
3-0,
easily
3-0, 2-1.
2 weeks and you're back
Yeah.
right where you were before.
Back on the horse. It just sucks. It just sucks. The last
You know,
couple weeks have been bad.
Slumps happen. I was in a terrible slump to begin.
It just flipped.
I was what, like I was like 2-6 or something.
Yeah.
Like what was it?
Oh,
2?
yeah, you looked like shit.
I was terrible to
2
begin.
and 7. I think you were to start. That sounds right.
So
couple 3-0 weeks help.
anything can happen. You know.
I will have updated full year records next week. I've been lacking a little bit.
Awesome. We'll get that going. I'm interested to see because I feel like my picks are shit, but my pick 3 has been good.
Yeah, your pick 3's been good. Well, I think you guys had close to, if not the same record.
We
season
did.
long.
A couple weeks ago, we had the same one.
Same
we had the
record.
same exact record.
Same both, right?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
But I think that was 3 weeks ago.
Quickly, I do want to bring up one more thing.
What?
How is Alabama ranked 2 in the playoffs? I don't know if
don't-
you guys
I don't
watch
know.
college football.
They haven't been good.
They're a 1-loss team, and there's like 3. Well, Michigan State's undefeated. Cincinnati's undefeated.
They're better than Michigan State.
I know they're better than them. I know. Don't get me wrong. Like, I understand that. But
Are they
like,
better than Michigan?
It's such a sham. Don't call it like the best, or call it the best teams in the country. Don't call it like the best resume in the country.
I know. No, I totally agree. That's why I think the playoff should be 8 teams.
They're talking about 12. That's a lot.
Cool. Go for it.
I if they expand it even more, that's better for me.
I don't care what they
talked
do.
about
I
that a
just
couple
want more
weeks
than
ago,
4.
Are they better than Michigan?
Who?
Alabama?
Because, like,
Yeah.
what's the point in... Like, imagine being the 10th ranked college football team in the country of how many D1 schools, and you're watching and you're a fan of that 10th ranked team, and you know, like, my team doesn't have a chance.
Yeah.
It all just
That
goes back to
sucks.
the SEC is just one step ahead of
Do they get to a point where it's like a mini March Madness?
that. Is awesome.
Like, I don't know, 24 teams or
I
something?
kind of want to kiss you after that. So that just kind of
They're
blew
not
my.
gonna do
That just
that.
kind of blew my mind.
They would have to shorten the season.
Definitely shorten the season.
Get rid of, like...
It would be
a
like
lot of-
you.
They
you
could
would play,
though.
You
The
would,
first 2 weeks of college football are so bad.
yeah, I was gonna say you probably play like 2 or 3 out of conference games, and then you play your conference schedule, and then after that, it's just the playoffs.
It's like I don't want to see like Alabama play, like
Our Lady of the Angels.
or like Ole Miss or like I don't want to see them play Mississippi State. I don't want to see those.
Yeah, it's just gonna be 49-7.
I don't want to see those where they open up as a 22-point favorite.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to see those. It's easy money to bet on. Oh my god, do you ever want to make some money? Bet on favorites in the fucking
No.
first 2 weeks.
You bet on first half favorites, because then in the second half they're like, oh
No,
well.
I love favorites. Dude.
Yeah.
Like if it's like minus 27.
The Panthers didn't give Will Greer a good enough shot.
Where
What?
did that come from?
We were talking about college football. I remembered West Virginia that one year, and Will Greer was nasty.
Yeah, they played Texas, and it was like the best game I've ever seen. in my life.
They
Where is
played
he right
Oklahoma, and it was like the best. game
Is
I've
he like
ever
a
seen in my
practice
life.
player somewhere?
He sucks. He's like the third stringer at Carolina.
I mean, he what do you
Will
think?
Greer?
Yeah.
Give him a shot.
Yeah. I'm done after that. Goodbye.
That's the best thing Antonio said ever. Give him a shot.
Will Greer.